So today I'm going to be doing my review on Twisted. And yeah. So the episode starts and Danny and Lacey are, they're just making out in bed, and I'm just like, I really do love Daisy so much. They're the cutest couple ever. And I was like, that's so cute how she wanted him to stay and everything. And I love their relationship. I really do. And Joe and Rico are sitting on the steps. It switches a scene to them. And, Joe's like, I wonder if I should tell him, or, like, she's just contemplating on whether she should tell Danny or how to tell Danny and everything. And Rico's like, well, if Danny doesn't like you, you're still beautiful and smart and funny and everything. And I'm just like, aw. And I'm like, Joe, how could you not see that Rico totally likes you? I mean, he compliments you all the time, and he's always jealous when you're with Danny. He always gets in a stink attitude. So I'm just like, how can you not tell? And, I feel bad for Joe because, she really likes Danny. I'm just like, but you're gonna get hurt because Lacey and Danny like each other too much. And, yeah, I'm just like, Joe's just gonna get hurt. And I wish Rico would just confess about how he feels about Joe because, I think if he did early on, she would think about him that way and might give him a chance. So, yeah. This is just a really bad love shape. And I thought it was really mean how, in front of Danny's yard, someone put all the ropes all across his lawn. And I was like, that is so rude. I mean, not just to him, but, to Lacey and to Joe, which, they saw the pictures because obviously they posted it on, like, Twitter or whatever. And I'm like, that is so rude because that brings back memories for all of them. I mean, honestly, when you're hurting Danny, you're hurting Lacey and Joe also because their memories are associated with that. And, yeah, I'm just not okay with that. And, then Tyler comes up and, Joe and Danny were talking, and, Joe's about to tell Danny that she likes him. But then Danny says Joe's like my sister, and, her facial expression completely changes, and you can see that she's heartbroken, which the hashtag up there was like Joe's heartbreak. And it's like, aw. But I thought it was so funny when Tyler was like, when he was about to ask Joe out, and he's like, wait a minute, you guys aren't hooking up or anything. And Joe's just like, no. I love her facial expressions, and, yeah, it's just like, that really sucks for Joe, I mean, because she really likes Danny, and I'm just like, aw. I mean, it was bound to happen, but, I don't know, it would have hurt either way. I thought it was funny, how they had that little scene with Joe's dad in the police station when the guy was like, oh, so you're already in your old age, and he's like, I'm not old, I'm middle-aged. I just thought that joke was a little funny. And, then Daisy goes on their date, and I thought that was so cute. I was like, aw. It was cute, but then, it got creepy with the multiple Dannys, and they had jump ropes around. And I'm like, how did they find those Dannys? I mean, obviously, they're probably wearing wigs and stuff, but I'm like, how do you get that many people? I honestly thought it was Archie, and he just got the whole soccer team to do it. I thought that. And, Lacey, I like their relationship, but I hate the fact that Lacey's so secretive about it. I mean, I like the secret, but at the same time, it's like, Lacey needs to loosen up a bit around Danny, and, she gets scared every single time something happens with him. And I'm like, she needs to just stop that, like, everything will be fine, nobody's gonna find out. And, yeah, she's like, I think we need to take a break. And I'm like, you just got together, and, everybody's loving this, and you would decide to take a break? Like, no, that can't happen. And, yeah, and just, Rico and Joe are still talking and everything. Joe tells him that Danny basically said she was his sister. And, yeah, I'm just like, at that moment, I was like, I wish Rico would just tell Joe how he feels about her. Because you know, if he doesn't, she will go for the Tyler guy, which she did. And I thought that really sucked for Rico. And I just wish everyone would confess their feelings for each other. Because then there would be no problems and everyone would just be on their merry way. And, you know, Tyler's really nice to Joe. Suspiciously nice. And, I like how he genuinely cares about him. Cares about her. But, you know, I was just like, he seems suspicious. And I was like, I really hope he wasn't behind the whole Danny jump rope prank and the creepy multiple Dannys. Which I did have a feeling he was, but I was hoping he wasn't because he's so nice to Joe. And I don't know. I was really hoping that worked out. And I thought it was cute how Rico gets so jealous when Joe's around other guys. Especially Danny. Like, oh my gosh, his vibe completely changes when he sees Joe and Danny together, or, you know, when he's around Danny. It's just, like, awkward, and it's just like, I don't want to be around you. Yeah, and then I'm thinking, Danny, why would you think it'd be a good idea to throw a party? I mean, I know he wants people to like him, but honestly, you know, if he didn't have the connections he did, I don't think anybody would have shown up, and I thought it was a little weird that he wanted to party. But yeah. And I love Tyler and Joe's date. You know, Tyler's like, well, a beautiful face like yours belongs on the big screen. And I love Joe's face. She was just like, with her nose scrunched up and everything. They were so cute together. I really did. I loved them together. They were cute. And, you know, then they get back to Daisy and everything, and, you know, they're back from another secret date, I think. And, you know, Danny's like, I hope I see you at my party, Lacey. And Lacey's like, oh, I'm not gonna go. Which I didn't understand either. I mean, nobody knows you're dating. I mean, if you show up at the party, it's not a big deal because, like Danny said, the rest of the school is probably going to be there, so you can show up and, you know, it won't be a problem. And I was just thinking, Lacey is so, just, I can't believe she's that ashamed to be with him. Really. And I thought it was weird how, you know, when everyone's coming into Danny's party, Danny's greeting them, but they're all awkward around him. And I'm like, well, if you're not even going to greet the host, then why did you show up? And I think that girl from the AV club is, like, really weird, because she doesn't talk at all. I'm just like, what's wrong with her? And the guy's like, oh, you know, she's actually captain of the debate team. Yeah. She fooled me. You know, I was really loving the whole Jyler moments and how he asked her to dance and everything. And, you know, but I feel bad for Rico because, you know, he picks up a beer and, of course, he's going to start drinking because he's upset that, you know, Joe's hanging around with these bad guys, you know, for her. And, you know, he's not given a shot. Which Danny isn't a bad guy for her. It's just that he likes Lacey. So, that's not going to work. And, yeah, I thought, I didn't hear it, but Danny did, and I'm glad they pointed it out because I did not hear it. When Tyler was interviewing Danny, and he was like, so, what do you think about all these pranks? You know, plural, and there's only been one so far. And, that the school knows about, and it's, yeah, that was really suspicious. And I was just like, oh my gosh, he totally gave himself away, and I was like, I was hoping Tyler, you know, was a good guy, but obviously he's not. And yeah, I'm just like, I can't believe he's behind the pranking, and, you know, he had something big planned for the party, and, I thought Karen, when she got home, I thought she was going to break up the party, but she actually just kind of went along with it, and I'm just like, okay, well, she has a different reaction, you know, and then, you know, Tyler's prank unveils, and, you know, all the Danny show up. They have a Tara doll, and they're choking it with the jump rope. And I'm just like, that is so not funny. Because, like I said before, that's just reliving Joe, Lacey, and Danny's memories. And Lacey definitely doesn't want to remember that. Joe doesn't even want to think that about Danny anymore. And Danny just wants to get a new life, you know? Just, no. I can't believe Tyler would do that. And I'm like, Tyler is such a jerk. he's so sweet to Joe, which I really wanted them to be together actually. But he's such a jerk to Danny, and you know, you can't be in a relationship where you don't even get along with my best friend, let alone you're harassing them. So yeah, that's not gonna work. And you know, Lacey and Joe have their little talk outside on the swings, and you know, Lacey's like, Joe, what are you talking about? You're beautiful, smart, and funny. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the same thing Rico said to her. And I was like, I hope that clicks in her head that, you know, that something's up with Rico, which I don't think it did, but I wish it had. And I thought it was cute how, you know, Lacey stayed to help Danny clean up, which of course they ended up making out. But I was just like, oh my gosh, one of the creepy Dannys is recording. And, which now that I think about it, if it wasn't Archie behind the scenes, Tyler could have gotten Archie and the rest of the soccer team to be the Dannys. So that could happen. And you know, Karen, at the end, Karen goes to the police station and talks to Joe's dad, and I'm just like, is she serious? I'm like, does she really kill Tara, or is she taking the blame for Danny? Which honestly, I think she's taking the blame because Danny wouldn't have come out like that. I mean, well, I guess because if Karen's like, Danny, I need you to go out and I need you to tell them that you did this. But I don't understand why you would do that for your kid. So I think she's just taking the blame for Danny. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Twisted. So comment, like, and subscribe. Toodles!